Welcome to the Bold Analysis. Earlier in my previous podcast, I analyzed, or rather made a political observation, that the person that had sent Moses Kuria in the Senate, the person that had sent Moses Kuria to slam the governors that were allegedly supporting Kawira impeachment, that message was sent by William Ruto. And today, I've just seen him appearing in JKL, in Citizen TV, in a bit to explain what exactly is happening. If you have followed the Meru impeachment until the time it just ended, that impeachment is not organic. It is shrouded in utter personal differences between the governor and the Meru leaders. And you can see clearly, there is no problem between Kawira and the people of Meru. But there seems to be a clique of people and leaders that are having entitlement to control Kawira Mwangaza. And that is the 12 members of parliament. In fact, the weight of that impeachment, it doesn't seem to come from the county assembly. That impeachment seemed to come from the members of parliament outside. Can you sample this video? And it is the video that has been trending for a better part of the day, where it was actually laid clearly, relayed clearly on what this MP, the sexual slur that this MP Aburi made on Governor Kawira Mwangaza.
Kwa hivyo sisi tunaunga mkono hilo mjadala umeletwa na Mheshimiwa Mporo, na asante kwa kunialika. Tuendelee namna hiyo. Kazi yetu ni kushikanisha kila mtu. Asanteni sana ndugu zangu. Thank you very much.
Madam Governor, I hope you are able to explain again, or perhaps the message has sunk, what these honorable members are telling members of the public.
The honorable members of parliament and the deputy speaker of this honorable house is telling the public that I defeated the men, and in this case they are going to use that steering stick and they recruited so many young men for that purpose, and they have been holding rallies almost in all towns in Meru, doing the same over the weekends. Honorable Speaker, I want to say this is purely politics. Purely politics.
Thank you. There is another video.
Ingwendo kuona uliki na toya America enda ugekana kamulega lakini toya kamulega tena kana. Tumekwana boloi. Angwendo moya Kawira Mwangaza. Utendwa leo ukavatia mwana mwenye ukidata. Tumekwana boloi. Tuenda kuwa kena tutike murea baichu imugoro ku ya mwana nwe. Ya pronto abori agere mono mbele na kayuyu age babaile age badato tenjamba loi kante njamba kana ko mtodala odora masiara de kuereka na nchoke mbele na keberio wewe keda kala hekeda Kawira udire hekeda Kawira kukwekeda na remera rume Kawira hangwa nyo yekaba hangwa ndenda kenda menya wewe mwekuru wale mwekuru muchoro kwa etawa mwenda na mulingire teke urenga wayo kiamdaka endukisha ndaka siakwa no mwekuru mukuru.
Thank you. The honorable member is making certain remarks about your husband. What is he saying?
He's saying that he has given me 9 months to be pregnant. And if that is not done, he will do it via what is holding.
Eventually,
Tazaraka county tobatethie. Embu county tobatethie. Isiolo county tobatethie. Okorea kirundu kia thina kia kumbate kia kuewa. Itokwenda kia tokweya na. Hapo sana jiji. Wewe ndio governor. Pumba program. Kerundu keke pumba program wewe to okolea. Matei murungu wake to etera to tetera muntu. Nonto kerundu ke anto bembe beku atote okenda. Beku erwa kerundu ke wikireti makire bagwa tokolea. Kabisa. Yo madina yaba ya to.
we can stop there. Thank you.
My deputy governor with some youths from his area saying that Kawira doesn't have a home. She only does prostitution in the county, and they are praising him and warming him up to be the governor or take over the position of the governor of Meru. And that is exactly what has been happening to our members of parliament, including the senator or deputy senator of this house. They have started warming him up to be the governor and take charge because I'm just a woman before them.
Thank you. It got worse by slaughtering of a cow that you had donated. Can we watch KMV 16?
Now you will realize, and I followed all of it, that impeachment lacks the merit of what has been lost. And when you listen to the council that is pushing for Kawira impeachment, they seem to embark more on the fact that the governor cannot work with the MPs and the other elected leaders. And for a minute, yes, under the spirit of inclusivity and unity, a governor can work with members of parliament of his county. But is it a correlation? Is it a must? I don't see what is tying governor. Why Meru MPs think Governor Kawira Mwangaza must be their friend. And for lack of a better word, everything there is just personal. In fact, if Senate, which I don't believe is going to happen, entertains that mediocre impeachment from Meru County on Kawira Mwangaza, then this country, I think we've stooped low. Because if that governor, if that MP can use such words on that governor, and when governor says kaende kaende, they tend to think, and of course, much of that is political propaganda. I want you to imagine when William Ruto fell out with Uhuru Kenyatta, and at that campaign trail, William Ruto used to say such words, and the likes of nominated Senator by then, Mwaura, used to say some very unprintable words on Uhuru Kenyatta. But was there an impeachment on those grounds? And so, Meru leaders, and especially MPs, I think they must draw the line. I am simply not seeing their interest. Now, from that Pura Bure's sexual slur on the governor, why do you think there is such a bitter vendetta against Kawira Mwangaza? I want to explain that briefly in this podcast. And Before I do that, if you're coming to this country and you're looking for a place to relax and enjoy your holidays in the coastal region, then you need to consider Uzuri Coastal Apartment. Uzuri Coastal Apartment sits at the serene Sultan Palace in the northern part of the coast. Very convenient from Mombasa, from the SGR, Ukunda, Malindi, Kilifi, and you can access. And it's a place where it's a 2-bedroom Airbnbs where you can book a stay there and have a very clean, a very closer view of the beach. Other amenities are also in the area, in the vicinity. So book your space, contact them there. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening in Meru, and that's why senators must tread very careful. There is a choreographed campaign against Kawira Mwangaza, and it is not about governance flaws. It's not about him failing to run Meru County. But there are a clique of people and leaders that just want to make the county government, the Meru County government, ungovernable. And the objectives are two. I think the governor is a bit popular. I may be wrong, but I think one day I'll get fuel and go to Meru, just on a fact-finding mission on what exactly is in the ground. I tend to see the governor is very popular, and these MCAs and those people that are running this campaign, they either have been pushed out because they can't stand squaring it out with her in the ballot. Remember, she won against independent candidate, against all those men. Or they want to run a smear campaign that she has failed to deliver, and it's a campaign against her government. That is why you will see a lot of patches being collected there. In fact, the council that was representing the leaders, or even the jury checker team, put so much emphasis on how Governor Kawira insulted or abused, is not in tandem, is not working closely with the MPs, as if that is what is needed. So that is one thing. It's a choreographed, and if Senate is going to impeach Kawira Mwangaza, which I don't believe so, then that will be playing into the trap of this team against Kawira's win. Number two, the gender profiling is just to demean her stature. There is something that the governor's suitors have realized, that they want to consolidate a narrative that this woman cannot lead us. In fact, that is it. I will insert, as I use meeting. If you listen to all that, they want to profile her using the gender, so that Meru will not even make a blunder of electing a woman. So the gender card is to demean her stature, and that's why those unprintable words are being made by that MP. Number three, there is the deputy governor access to seize that seat. However, whereas the deputy governor will be the first and the immediate beneficiary if Kawira is to be removed from the office, but I don't see him as the man that can. He's just a victim, a beneficiary, but he seemed not to have the muscles. But what happened is there was a plan, there was a ploy that is seen there as if it is the deputy governor that wants the boss to be removed. And they're already creating the bad blood between the two. So you will realize that there is an axis of the deputy, that these leaders, they're not even coalescing around MCS. MCS are just machineries. That is why, if you listen to the statement yesterday, they could not defend themselves. That Evans, that majority leader, Mr. Evans, Honorable Evans Mawira, could not defend that impeachment. For them, they just have the avenue because MPs cannot go to the Senate to impeach the governor. They're just used. But these MPs could have coalesced around the deputy governor. Then the third thing is there is battle to thrust into Meru supremacy. And Kawira Mwangaza impeachment is one that was just staged to see that who is really most powerful. It's about battle supremacy, and you cannot underestimate that. I think there are people that feel we are supposed to be part of it and you're not going on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not speculate more. And I don't know why we were told not to comment, but I saw Moses Kura going to Citizen today and commenting. So let's wait and see how this will play out. But on your end, just follow up and tell us what yourself you are saying.